Yeah, no, it can't make a good sound. It's so muffled.
Yeah, you both strong.
Yeah, it's harder than you thought, motherfucker.
No, I had that moment.
Well, the smaller ones get harder.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
That's what they get. That's what they've earned for being smaller. He's like, it's not satisfying. It's not.
Yeah, that fucking sucked. What a waste.
0 out of 10 would not.
Yeah, would not break this pencil again. There's a Halloween pencil.
It's because it was covered in the shitty little pencil paper.
That's what I was thinking too.
You know, the pencil paper.
Yeah.
But I was the one who looked like a bitch because I couldn't break the first one.
So it was raining earlier. Like my basement flooded. And I told Jesse's he brought his stuff down to my place, and we're recording in my place. So we have a GameCube. What?
N64.
N64. And like, is
Or as I call
else?
it, the slap baby.
Is there anything else on the ground?
No.
Yeah, my basement floods, and that's where my room is, and we had electronics exactly where like the water's coming in.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
I had to call them and be like, "Hey."
He knows his house better than we do. He knew as soon as like it was raining, he was like, "Oh, you better check the corner because there's a bunch of fucking valuable shit there."
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Thanks."
And that was the time I saved the day.
You saved your own day.
It wasn't my stuff.
Saved Jesse's day.
Yeah. I mean, I don't doubt the GameCube can survive that. That GameCubes are fucking just beasts, but the N64
cockroaches can survive anything.
They're a fucking monster.
Even being stomped on a couple times.
Being thrown into the air and then ran over.
I dropped your GameCube one time when I was at your place, and me and Yumi just looked at each other like.
I love the hesitation of like, oh, I don't think he knows this yet.
Well, it's alright because my fucking ex stole all my games anyway, so it is what it is. I don't really get to have a GameCube experience anymore.
I never owned a GameCube. The first game system we ever had was the PlayStation 2.
GameCube is probably one of my favorites.
It's kind of funny because my ex also took my GameCube.
My cousin and his dad sold my GameCube for, I think, weed money.
I was thinking that in my head. Like, finishing your sentence.
Huh? No, I was too young.
I was good. You're never too young.
I mean, yeah.
I started smoking when I was 15.
That's probably about when I started.
Bust out the pussy smacking some fucking weed.
I also lost my virginity at 15, so yeah, you're right.
I lost my virginity at 13.
I don't remember how old I was. How old are you?
Baby.
Is it freshman year?
You're saying you're a fresh little man?
Was it freshman or was it sophomore year?
I don't know.
I'm not asking you. I just looked in that general direction. I'm trying to think.
Tim, when did I lose my virginity? You should know.
You were there, remember?
Yeah,
you were outside
right
the
next to
window
you.
just looking over.
You lost
like,
your
"That's
virginity
my
at the
boy."
same time.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, I had your dad, you had my dad, you know.
I had your dad, you had my dad.
The old-fashioned dad swap.
My favorite show.
Dad swap.
I like the fucking context of it being your favorite show. That means the fucking show where they swap dads to have sex with.
Yeah, it's a
It gets
Pornhub
to be-
original.
Do you know the show Wife Swap?
Yeah, I know the show
that's
Wife
what I
Swap,
was
but that was
referencing.
part of the funny to me. Like, Wife Swap, like, oh, we're gonna fix each other's houses. Dad Swap, we're gonna fuck each other's dads.
Connor, was it you I
Real
was talking
odd.
to that was like, do you think they ever fuck the wives on Wife Swap?
Yeah.
We had this talk on Skunk Bunker.
Did we?
I'm not too sure, but I think.
You've also, I believe, said it to me personally.
I would.
You-
I'd fuck the other
Especially
person's wife
if you
from
got a big,
Minnesota.
muscular Russian woman.
Yeah, I'd fucking ship myself to her. She can feed me borscht. I can learn to survive the winter. Everything's good in life. Or will be. It's not good right now. Certainly not.
Not until we get that big Russian wife.
Not until I get Svetlana Porstashlavskiska. That's my fucking honey boo. My sugar boo.
Yeah,
I'm levitating.
My senpai.
So Jesse's wearing a Snorlax weed shirt.
Yeah, I found.
Call an elephant in the room here.
I got it from Goodwill. It was. It is probably my best Goodwill find ever. I remember I was with Connor and Tim.
That makes it worth it, actually.
And they, I held it up, and they were like, "Okay."
I found a trench coat that had Chinese money and a Beijing taxi receipt in its pocket.
I would
and a pen. So, sorry.
I would just go and like clean shop for like Nerf guns, and me and Jesse came with the realization: Goodwill's for like if you're having hard times and you're going to buy stuff for like your kid, and I'm going in there and I'm
Nerf guns.
Just clean, like, kid wants a Nerf gun. Like, I thought of it as like, oh well, like, I mean,
kid wants a Nerf gun. I want a Nerf gun.
Yeah,
fuck you mean, kids?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything with them. So now I'm just like, oh,
and give them back to Goodwill.
Like you just
donate it.
You just like, oh man.
Bleep it.
This kid really wanted a Nerf gun for Christmas, but I have $2, so
it's okay. I got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual disc from Goodwill without a second thought. I was like, it was like $5.
I got a child's.
Play that game so bad.
I got a child's compound bow from Goodwill for 79 cents.
He did.
I think the best things that have come from Goodwill, Jesse has either mentioned. No, the best thing that comes from Goodwill is the thing that Misty hates more than anything else that I've ever bought, and it's a 5-foot-tall inflatable jester, and it's terrifying looking. I call him Crinkles the Clown.
Does he have crinkles and wrinkles in his dimples?
We took a picture of it, and he caught it as a blue Band-Aid on his thumb. And he's just like,
oh yeah, we took a picture. It was my profile picture on Facebook for a fucking hot second of me just like looking as if I have no clue where I am in the world, giving a thumbs up with like this shitty blue Band-Aid on my thumb, and it's literally just
in front of an inflatable clown.
My favorite is that I then put a frame on it that just said "Rad Dad."
My second favorite Goodwill find that I have mentioned and or brought to Connor's attention is a mug that is a clown head with a saxophone for the handle. And it is
pretty cool.
The most fantastic thing I have ever seen to this day.
It's in my car right now.
I want to see that at some point.
It's in my glove box, and the bit is if I ever ask someone to get something out of my glove box, they'll open it up and see a clown saxophone mug and just be like, what the fuck is happening to me right now?
It's too weird to be true. Too weird to be happening to you in the moment. Wake up, you're in a simulation.
Oh. Another thing I want to bring to
the bunker.
Just the attention of like weird coincidences. Hunter on one of the last episodes of Skunk Bunker mentioned something about throwing up star chicken noodles, and my mom, I would look and I pointed it out. There was just this can of chicken noodle soup with the stars in it, just sitting there, and like
it was the same
day.
It was the same kind.
Yeah, it was like perfectly the same kind. And it was just there, and we were like, "What the fuck?" My mom comes down to my room earlier, and it's like, "Whose is this?" Like, I didn't buy this. Like, whose is this?
That is really weird.
And I'm just like, I've no clue.
I don't know if we talked about that giant locust the coincidence
mantis.
Either. Yeah, mantis. Where Tim was talking about he has a fear of giant insects, and then I think we did talk about it.
We looked at Bannister, and there's just...
I'm looking at Connor's Crinkles the Clown picture with his Band-Aid and his leather jacket.
Oh, let me see it. I miss it.
Oh, giant insects.
Oh, Tim was talking about he hates giant insects, and then the same night, Connor saw a giant fucking mantis on his root beer or something.
Yeah, it was just standing on the top of my can of root beer, perched like it's waiting for me to try and take a sip so it can crawl in and take what it wants.
Yeah, that's it. That's just like That's just weird. Just gonna leave it at that. What?
You just showed me a fucking old picture. It's a black and white photo of Hitler and I believe Himmler next to him, looking down like impressed at something, and someone has like photoshopped in this like fat child in a sideways baseball cap doing tricks with a tech deck board, and they're just like looking down at him as if they're like the proudest parents.
Looking in approval. Dude, I'd fucking, if I could tech deck for Hitler, I probably couldn't tech deck, and I'd probably get fucking gassed.
You're wasting Hitler's time.
Yeah, it'd be like,
Ding that Flaggen!
Kill him!
Oh look! Draws like the Star of David on you. Oh, it is Das Juden! What? Get it in the chamber.
Oh.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna donate all of my life savings to the Holocaust Survivor Foundation after this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
And all the other episodes that we posted where we just cannot help ourselves
But
making fun of Jews in the Holocaust. It's funny.
Okay, listen, it's the weirdest thing that Nazis are like the only villain in media that like Hollywood can portray as both like they were one of the biggest threats in history, and all we do is portray them as the weirdest, goofiest idiots.
They were.
No!
The video of Hitler juggling like shit on a unicycle, like
Yeah, and then
Hold on, real quick.
And then Peter from Family Guy kicks the unicycle out and punched him in the face.
That's what you're talking about. Listen, I was gonna say, are you certain you're not just thinking of like a Charlie Chaplin bit? Because they have the same mustache. But no, what I mean is every time someone uses like Nazis nowadays, they're these bumbling idiots who can't figure out how to like function even remotely. When this was at one point one of the most terrifying military forces that was on our planet.
They were so intelligent that Operation Paperclip, the American and Russian government, after the defeat of Nazi Germany, we took all of the Nazi scientists and dispersed them among the American and Russian governments. So, like, Heinrich von Himmler, one of the main fucking Nazi minds that, like, gassed Jews personally, went on to become the head of NASA and built the first rocket that went to the moon.
it is pretty crazy how like
And they didn't even try to hide it. They're like,
still,
yeah,
like very advanced. Like
the Nazis knew something.
Well, no, it's like the Louis C.K. bit. Every amazing feat human beings have ever accomplished has come about when we did not give a shit about a certain group of people. How did we traverse the United States and build a railroad so fast? By just filling tunnels with Chinese people and blowing them up.
Yeah.
How did we revolutionize a market-based economy with such cheap labor? Fucking slaves. And it's awful, but like all the greatest steps in our human history is because, oh yeah, that was just, we hate these people so they can be used for this. And that's what the Nazis did with the Jews. They just took fucking every manner of chemical they thought, like, oh, I wonder what this will happen, and just inject it in their brain.
that'll do it.
It's so weird that, like, such a small country like Germany can just take over.
Just be like, I win. And everyone's like, huh, maybe you will.
Yeah, everyone's like, fuck, I'm not doing anything about it. Yeah, you can win. Fucking
Riley sucks at Apex Legends.
Yeah, he just fucking lost. He was the first one to die.
Immediately. He's never won a single Apex Legend.
No, he actually won. He got 8 kills. Riley got 8 kills in Apex.
kills.
It says 7 right there.
That's 8 more testicles than I have. How you like that?
That's 7 more
I don't
testicles
like that.
than
I don't
Hitler.
like knowing that.
Yeah, do you know if you run your hand from my asshole to my bell end, it's just smooth wrinkle, it's just smooth snail skin.
Ew.
What the fuck, man?
I need to be sedated.
I wanna be sedated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same band, right?
I
No, it's not. I'm
I
fucking.
thought you were doing the ridiculousness.
I was.
Okay.
I was gonna say
That's
I don't,
Devo.
I don't know.
It's a band.
I don't know what else the Ramones have done. I only know that one song.
They did the Spider-Man theme.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't believe anything you guys are telling me tonight.
I'm serious about it. It's on Guitar Hero. It's a theme from Spider-Man by the Ramones.
Oh, that the Tobey Maguire one, the like living on the edge. No,
That's like the
that's
80s.
That's the Spectacular Spider-Man. Never mind.
It's like the TV show or some shit. It sounds like shit, honestly. It's like in the night with the doing of the crime. At the speed of light, he arrived just in time. Spider-Man does whatever his fucking spider blows can. Spider blows a kiss, yes you can. Does he have lips?
Spider keys.
Spider keys.
Spider punch.
Spider punch. Was that
Spider lips.
punch?
Spider keys.
That was
Spider
over
tits.
the topic of me not liking giant insects.
We just had that talk.
Yeah, we just.
No, I meant like go in depth with it and how actually giant it
Yeah,
is.
how you'll immediately kill yourself.
Hold on, I still love the we're looking at action figures in Walmart, and Tim's like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's Ant-Man. He can control ants." And he goes, "Oh, who's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Giant Man. He's like the opposite of Ant-Man." And he's just like, "You telling me he controls giant ants?" Cause I'll kill myself right now.
It was like so long ago.
It's still one of my favorite because that's not at all what the opposite of controls ants could be.
Oh man.
What's the latest thing you guys stole from Walmart?
I'm not gonna incriminate myself on recording.
The most recent thing I've stolen from Walmart is Doritos.
I stole tampons.
Why?
I didn't steal tampons from Walmart. It was from Goodwill
Why?
because I like the smell.
There's like.
First off, who's buying tampons at Goodwill?
Second of
Not
all,
me. I'm stealing them.
hold on. Why did you do this?
Were they used?
You think the
Hold on.
Look, I had a craving. I had an itch.
No. Listen, I'm not asking why you stole them. We figured that part out. It's why did you set up this bit just to publicly oust yourself that you like the smell of tampons? Why was this the?
In case any lovely viewers want to send their tampons to me.
No.
Please do not.
Oh my god.
I want to
hate
smell
that
what
you
your
said
inner
that.
mucus smells like.
Oh.
I hate that you said that out loud and that's in this.
These are
Yeah,
words in a sequence that you've used.
Because if we accidentally get like iDub style fans, we're gonna get a box of old tampons. Don't make that
Hunter
face.
gets to deal with those.
I'm dumping the box on you
You
immediately.
fucking should.
We will tie you down and just rain
that's-
it on you from above.
I feel like that doesn't help him not be erect.
You should cover them in strawberry jam and then leave them outside in the sewage for a couple hours.
No!
And then just slingshot
No.
them at me from across the heavens.
Yeah, just slingshot him right into your face like the video
Yeah,
of the
watch
girl who
him
gets hit in the head with a watermelon.
Yeah, watch them splat against the wall like a wet paper towel.
Alright,
Oh my
Alright,
god.
everybody, you heard it. Gotta get that Patreon tier.
Yeah,
Patreon
if you donate $250 in 1 month of Patreon, you get to send Hunter a used tampon.
I will send you my address personally. Not only can you send me a tampon, you can send me whatever else you want,
Yeah, what?
including bombs
Out there.
I just
and
like
Connor's knife.
I just like playing with that.
Didn't your dad give you that knife?
Yeah, that's why I don't.
I want to play
I
Five
literally
Finger
just enjoy having it near me.
I thought I had a glass of wine for a second. I got fucking juiced
also-
for a second.
I just love that.
Yeah, so the viewers get scared.
Like, oh
They're like, oh, I know that sounds a little too
We're
much.
going to make a Patreon or like a Kickstarter or anything as soon as we get like any number of fans,
Can
right?
it just be me, like, slicing carrots?
no. Honestly, it's not on my list.
Hold on, wait. What do you think a Patreon is?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of an OnlyFans.
Yeah, fucking shaved carrots, bro.
Even that can be our OnlyFans.
It's just Tim
I
shaving
just love the
carrots.
idea of we're gonna get a Patreon. Could it just be me slicing carrots?
Don't Donate $1, see Tim shaving carrots. Donate $5, see Tim shaving carrots. Donate $10, see Tim shave a whole bag of carrots.
Send in a bag of carrots and donate $8. See Tim shave different carrots.
See Tim shave your carrots while singing the national anthem.
Please send me $1,000. I will any shaved carrot that I did. It won't go to waste. I'll eat it.
Tim will shave carrots and then eat them.
If Tim could pick between $1 million or 1 million carrots, he'd still probably be going to work. He'd still just have a lot of carrots.
Tim, what is the lowest amount of money you would drink horse cum for?
Oh yeah, this.
We had this talk earlier. What was it on? It was on Tosh.0.
Yeah, it was Tosh.0. They were on
like,
that
how
thing.
much is it? Like, how much horse?
Take a
Like
shot.
a sip, like a shot.
Shot glass.
It was like
Half a shot glass.
it was like a double-sized shot glass. It was a tall. I think
That's a big gooey glue comp.
we'll go with a shot glass. How much does it? How much will it cost to get you to take a shot of
Horse cum.
Because we had this conversation because Daniel Tosh like ordered it as a gag for like his writers to drink. Like they were drinking a whole bunch of gross stuff, and so he orders it and they put it in the cup, and he's just like, "I'll take it." And Daniel Tosh, I know he takes a sip, and then someone else because he took a sip also took a sip. But like we were talking about that being on like their tax return of just. What's this $600 HCB? That's the horse cum bonus. Once a year, Daniel Tosh gives me $600 to drink horse cum. And Jeppy won't do it for anything shy of $1 million, and I think that's too high.
You think that's too high?
If someone came to you with a glass of fucking like gooey, syrupy horse soul, and then it was like $5,000 for you to just drink this, and then I'm fucking off. No, we're not recording it. No proof
No
of
one
it.
but me has to know.
Yeah, you're drinking it. $5,000.
Take a shot of horse cum.
You're
I
probably
give you
drinking the horse
$5,000 in
cum.
cash.
I feel like I would at least, if their starting offer was 5,000, I would at least try and get them up to like 7,000 or 8,000.
You're gonna haggle, but I think $1 million is way like you are.
No, I don't want to drink this horse cum.
For $5,000, someone just like fucking holds a stack of money in front of your face and a fucking like whole vial of horse cum in the other hand. They're like,
You guys got
Scales
$5,000
weighing it.
horse cum? I'll do it.
And I'm telling
probably
you to
do
do
it.
it now. But no, I'm just saying. I feel like you're overestimating how much $1 million is.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but from
It's a
what
lot of
I've
money that I
noticed,
could use toward evil.
whenever
I mean,
whenever people like say $1 million and I picture the number, my brain doesn't actually process the fact that like of how much it is. Because I can't even fully concept $1,000, let alone like 10 grand, 100 grand, $1 million. Like it just keeps getting more and more every time I think about it.
what's your guys' favorite number?
9.
18.
7.
I think it's 7.
That means me and you gotta fight with knives.
No, there was another one.
I thought it was 13. I really like 13.
Yeah, I do really like 13. There was another one.
Oh, you Jersey Devil boy.
I don't know. I just
He likes
It
all
look-
these
it looks
generic
neat.
numbers that people also like. Like you.
nice. I think it was
13.
23 was the other one.
I don't know.
21.
Again, I'm not really asking. I'm just kinda looking.
Connor just keeps looking at me as like I should know what numbers he likes.
Hey, what you doing? Fuck.
You guys want to go to the casino sometime soon?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
open.
Too bad.
Right
Yeah,
now?
they're open. They're
Let's
not
go.
closed.
Let's go now.
Yeah, they were next to never closed.
Fuck. I've been wanting to go to the casino for so long. We should go.
Come on, Ryan. Let's go.
I never actually.
How old are you?
No.
How old are
I thought
you?
you were 20.
It's okay, he's playing Apex. We can go to the casino.
Hold on, wait. How much is
Riley's young.
a good amount to take to a casino?
Huh?
I don't know. It depends if you're rich or poor.
How much?
Yeah, like how much? Because like I'm running with like $20 fun money a month, and that doesn't feel like much to
I
me.
don't know.
There's
That's
penny
about-
slots, and they give you free drinks sometimes.
It's about. I'd go for like $100.
Maybe not at our fucking casino.
I
but
want to play roulette.
I want to play some blackjack.
That's racist. It's African American Jack.
It's African American Jack and Jackson.
Samurai Jack?
Jack's back.
Jack, what about?
Back to Jackson. Out Jack.
Auschwitz Jack?
I'll say out Jack.
Afro-jacking.
We're gonna steer clear of the Jewish stuff.
Move on to the African stuff.
We didn't make fun of any black people.
You mean
Morgan Freeman
African-Americans?
with all those freckles. What'd you say? Something I should cut.
I heard a thing that someone was reading Harry Potter and they didn't realize till like book 4 that Ron was a ginger white kid, and the entire time they've been picturing like a chubby black kid.
Ron. Name one black guy named Ron.
I don't know. I don't even know
Ron
a white
Funches.
guy. I don't even know a white guy named Ron. I don't know anyone named who's genuinely named Ron.
Is that his name? Look up Ron Funches.
No.
I did have a topic that I thought there was a chance could spiral into fun.
Is it like a debate or some sort?
That was just a stupid. The first time you ever masturbated. How bad at it you were, because you better not lie and say, "Oh, I just jerked off."
I don't remember, but I think I can recall like some of the first times that I did it.
I know what I did, and it was stupid and weird.
Ooh.
Well, it's your topic. You want to start it off?
Yeah.
Sure. I was just taking a fucking bath, and I had like a little like.
Already weird.
I had like this little jar cup thing that I was fucking around with the water in, and just at some point, mind you, I'm like 9. I was young. I started I found porn when I was in fucking kindergarten.
I was 6.
So I'm like young, and I don't even realize my dick does things. And I just kind of put like a fucking the jar end on it, and was screwing around with it, and I was just like, "Oh, this is pretty good. I like this a lot." So I just blasted.
Did you actually blast? Did you actually fucking come? Or is
I
it
don't
just
remember
like
how
a
it
blank?
ended. I think I passed out.
She was like,
I guess we're gonna go down the line. So I was also in the bath, and I was like scrubbing myself down. I had to be like 10, and I was just scrubbing myself. And got down to my privates, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that looks pretty good." And yeah, you know what happened from there.
this one kept going.
Yep. Nothing too exciting like Connor over here, but like
Mine's a little long.
Damn right it is.
So you'll find out one day. So one of my first exposures to the internet whenever I was like 5 years old was newgrounds.com. And there's like anywhere from like family friendly stuff to just straight up hardcore gay porn. And it's literally everything in between. And I eventually no one ever monitored me. Just like my older brother just showed me Newgrounds. He's like, "Oh, fucking cool, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then that was it. I just started going on it by myself. And then I would always come across this porn, and I'd feel dirty for looking at it the first couple times, and I'd be like, whoa, I mean, no one's looking. And I started looking at it, and my little fucking pee-pee would get so hard it'd poke through my shorts. And I'd be like, ooh, what? This is interesting. And I never did anything about it for a while, but then one day I was like, I always see that porn where they're touching themselves. I'm gonna try that. And I tried it, and I was like, I don't know, nothing happened.
And then my life changed.
Yeah, and then I did it again a couple of months later, and then it was a little ghost came out, and I was like, It wasn't a ghost, it was a little fucking, I didn't come, but it was like fucking earth shattering. My knee crumbled, and nothing came out, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck was that? And I just hurt myself. I gotta fucking never do that again.
No, my first time, I was probably 10 or something, and I'm pretty sure I was just on the internet with my laptop and was just boobs.com.
I think I did the same.
Nudegirls.com.
I typed in women.com or something like that.
Naked titties.
Yeah.
And just went from there.
Naked booby.
Oh, okay.
But
Your tits snoring.
My brother, when I was a kid, gave me his iPod Shuffle or Nano. It was one of them. So I didn't you couldn't download porn.
What?
You couldn't download porn on the iPod Shuffle. You couldn't download that. It was the fact that it was like it had a screen. So everyone keeps telling me it
You
wasn't a
played
shuffle.
Doom on it.
No, it has the screen, and everyone was like, "It's not a shuffle." But for some reason, I was told it was a shuffle.
flicking on the circle. Just flicking the circle.
Like in the middle of
iPod
class,
Nano.
you're watching it on a small little fucking screen. It's like, oh yeah, dude, that's cool.
It's like, what the fuck is porn for ants?
Porn for ants. What is this, a fucking drum set for ants?
But no, what it was literally just like if you Google image shirts like naked women and big tits and shit, and I just like would save the picture and then put it onto the phone as like background, so it's in the photos file, and I just look at that at random points through the day, just like, yeah, it's awesome. And I remember so vividly for some reason, one of them was a fucking like, what is it? Like an Islamic woman. She had the whole burqa over her head.
That's so hot.
But just nude the rest of the way, and it was fake tits.
Ew,
Like,
not hot.
It was fine. I was still young enough where, any of them are just magical.
You're like, wow.
They look like plastic too.
Wow, it kind of looks like these fucking microwaved styrofoam ball.
But yeah, I just had that on me at all times, and I never thought about the idea of if someone looked through this fucking iPod and just found tits everywhere and just be like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid?
I never really had something like that happen, but one time I watched How to Be Basic video. And
Man.
this How to Be Basic video was called How to Be Gay. If you don't know how to be basic, I recommend you take a minute of your time and find out what they're about, and then you'll be like, oh, okay. But I was watching a How to Be Basic video on it was said How to Be Gay, and I was just flipping through their videos, and I was like, oh, this is funny. I'm going to click on this one. It's going to be a funny video. And I watched it, and it was funny. I laughed. It was like, haha, this whatever. And then, that was it. A couple of days, it passed, and I was like, okay, that was it. And then I was on the bus home from school, and I had my phone, because I grew up in that fucking age. And my fucking, parents called me, in tears. And they were like, what the fuck are you watching? How to Be Gay on the internet? Are you gay? What is wrong with you? Are you okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not gay. It's just a funny video. And they're like, what do you mean it's a funny video? What do you mean? It's like watch
You're
it.
like, it's comedy.
It's a minute and a half. Watch it, please. And they're like, no, you don't get your fucking Xbox. You don't get your phone. You're grounded. So that's the time How to Be Basic got me grounded because my parents thought I was gay.
That's
Yikes.
it's a terrible, terrible reason.
And now I'm not gay, but if I feel if I was gay, I wouldn't want to come out to them.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You're like, oh, yikes.
You were doing research on your sexuality.
So I go on your collar a bit. Oh man.
Yeah, it's it's something I definitely can't come to them about, among fucking anything else. Anyways, I like salt as my favorite seasoning. Just kidding.
I like. Okay, well, no, I was baited.
I was trying to think of an actual spice or seasoning.
I like salt. I put salt on everything.
Salt's good. I was trying to think of an actual seasoning or spice.
It's not healthy how much I use salt.
Yeah, I was gonna say lemon pepper's my favorite.
One of my favorites.
I might like curry the most.
A nice
curry powder.
Paprika is pretty good.
I like name. So I have I had a cat named Cupcakes, and now I have a cat named Cinnamon, and now I have another one named Sugar. So I'm going
I
down.
have another one named Slim Jim.
Can your next one be named Honey Honey?
No.
Honey
then
Boo
you'll
Boo.
have-
It's gonna be Pepper.
Oh, well, you can have Sugar Honey Honey.
Iced tea.
Oh,
I wanted him to name it Toast, so then it'd be Cinnamon Sugar Toast.
Sugar Boo.
I'm levitating. Yeah.
You gotta
still
get
have your
2 more
mask
cats.
on.
Name one
I
Toast
know.
and one Crunch, so it's Cinnamon Sugar Toast Crunch. Blew your fucking mind, didn't I?
I'm gonna
You
set up
ever
a.
get to you ever start shaving and you're like, maybe one day the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Dude, I literally just this week was like, maybe I should shave my eyebrows.
I have a story that I have in my topics for Skunk Bunker. It's funny you brought this up. One time when I was little, I had like a 1 week phase where I thought like the line in the eyebrow was a cool look.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I'm gonna do that. And I fucking took a razor and I fucking did it. And I was like, that's not enough. And I fucking. It's like a big old eraser mark in my fucking. Yeah. So I saw my girlfriend at the time the next day, and she was like, "What the fuck happened like to your eyebrow?"
You were like, it's cool, isn't it?
As soon as they said that, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do what do you mean? There's a chunk of hair missing from my brow? And they were like, I'm gonna fill this in with eyeliner. I was like, okay.
You should, Jesse, you should do what our friend did, which was shave her eyebrows, then write meme where her eyebrows were.
God bless her. And she still looked good without no eyebrows.
It's a rare thing. My friend did it, and she looks good.
Well,
Her and her husband live in fucking England now, and I see on her Snapchat all the time their dog Bear, who is this big, like, lovable Rottweiler dog who just loves to have fun. Like, they made him a little watermelon helmet so he looked like the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And just the other day, it's just him swimming in the ocean, and I just messaged her, I'm like, I would die for your dog.
Yeah, but would you?
Yes.
Would
in a second.
But would you really, though?
Yes.
If you're going out
You're
the
afraid
gun.
of death, Connor.
I am, but I'm more afraid of that dog not being in this world.
I heard a crazy quote about death. This is about to get super insanely philosophical and sad. I was listening to Terrence McKenna about like DMT and psychedelic trips, and he had the audience ask questions about it. And the audience, someone came up and was like, "What do you think about children? Like, what do you think about youth suicides?" And he was like, I don't know if it was actually Terrence McKenna. It could have been someone else, but his response was, well, in the Buddhist world, and death comes whenever death comes. So if you die at a certain time, it's meant to happen at that time. So the way I see it is like if a 4th grader was going to like skip their grade and go on to the 5th grade, and all their classmates are like, no, don't go. But it's like they're just going to 5th grade. I'm like, they're fine. I was like, oh fuck, I don't like that.
What if you just go to some place where the world just gets better and better?
I thought you were going to say, what if you go to some place where everything is run by 4th graders?
Fucking
I
beat
mean,
'em
that'd
all
be terrifying.
in bare knuckle boxing.
Because obviously, it's like Children of the Corn.
Children of the
With less corn.
And
More
more of these
children.
children. And they're going to be like, ooh, is this man giant? Rip him apart.
Take his flesh, throw him out in the cold, don't give him his flesh.
Don't give him his bones back.
But no, the philosophical death. There was a Tumblr post, I think it was, about this weird concept for dying, which is essentially you die, and then another being greets you and is like, oh, so who are you this time? And the person tells them like, oh, this was my life. And he goes, okay, next you're going to be, and rattles off a name, out in 1776, and this will be your life. And they're just like, what do you mean? And it just elaborates on the idea that every person living is the same person at a different point of their total lifespan.
I have heard that before, and I kind of personally like that. I That's up there.
I mean, there's a lot of
personal
people that just
belief.
look similar too.
Well, it's not even just that. It's the concept that you and I,
Same consciousness.
we are the exact same person, but we are not given the memories from before, and we are just at different stages of us developing. Like, Ben Franklin could be farther along than, I don't know, the fucking redneck down the street, but it's still us. It's the same one being.
My favorite way that I've heard it put is we are all different expressions of the same consciousness. We are the same thing, but we are different in the way that different is.
We are many, but you are but one.
And Jesse, that means we're like the slivers. We're a hive mind.
Yes, we are half mind, and that's the fucking best way to put it. That word gives me chills.
The hive shall be strong. The hive shall not die.
That's what it is whenever, like, all these fucking musical artists are, like, woke as fuck. They'd be saying shit like, we are all connected and shit like that. It's like, that's what they're saying. It's like, we're a hive mind and we're all the same thing.
When was your last ride or die moment? Like, you were like, I gotta act now or I'll die. Like you're like, defense, whether
Fight or flight?
Like, yeah, fight or flight is a better way to put it. Just, you're on edge. Like, you're like, all right, I'm either gonna have to kill this person or they're gonna kill me. All right, so I'll start it off. I was at work, okay, and it's like real late, and my coworker mentioned before that our door doesn't lock all the way, so somebody could literally like open it. And she literally just like was talking about this, and like she was like, "Oh, I gotta go up and lock the door," but I don't feel like getting up right now because we just got done. So I'm like, "Oh, you probably gotta do that." And I hear, and we both like I look at her and I'm like, "Did you hear that?" Then a couple minutes later we hear, and I'm just like looking at her like, are you gonna do anything, or like are we gonna do anything about this? And she's not moving. I'm literally like out of my chair, kind of like crouched over, ready to like attack. Kind of, because like this person kind of like a gun or something. I won't have any fucking chance. And I go to get up, and it's just my like supervisor. And I was like, oh my god,
I almost killed you.
I was gonna murder you.
This person wasn't gonna do it. She wasn't gonna do anything.
She was just like, this is my fate.
I mentioned this.
I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing this.
I mentioned this in passing to, I think, Hunter and Jesse, but I was working at Kmart.
Speak up.
I was working at Kmart and the power went out. And so I was tasked with standing by the door, checking receipts as they leave, and then not letting anyone back in. No one was allowed in. They couldn't purchase anything, even if they cashed. They left. Yeah.
I remember this.
And this guy in like what can only be described as like that generic brown coat homeless people wear in movies. Like the kind of jacket that like no one would ever actually buy that, but yet it's on every homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in wearing like that, a hoodie, and he has like something in his hand that I thought was a screwdriver. And he walks right by the like 6 people at the first set of doors, and they're just like, and then they're like, oh no, and they start running back, but he's already at me, who I'm like trying to stop him. I'm just like, hey, you're not allowed back in. He goes, I have cash, and I have to pay for something. I'm like, I get it, but you're not allowed in. You're not allowed in. And he starts freaking out every time I tell him you're not allowed in. He's just like, what are you're gonna fucking stop me? Huh? You're gonna stop me? And I'm just like, no, but you're not allowed in. Like, objectively, he could have walked by it. If he had ignored me, I really wasn't gonna do anything to stop him. But he took the words, you're not allowed in this building, as fighting words, and he was ready. And he just, like, kept going past me and yelling at me, like, just fucking, you gotta fucking stop me! And the entire time he's screaming at me, I think he's holding a screwdriver, and all I'm thinking is, he's gonna stab me.
I thought that was Walmart.
Did I say Kmart?
You said Kmart.
This was all at Walmart. But I'm just thinking, like, he's gonna stab me. There's gonna be stab wounds in my body because I tried to do
stab wounds.
my fucking job for 5 minutes.
Fuck Walmart. I wouldn't get stabbed for them.
That was the thing. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't going to do anything if he kept walking. I'm not getting stabbed for Walmart. But he stayed there and yelled at me like he wanted to finish me off before moving on to his next target.
It's okay. One time when I was working at Taco Bell, I had these drunk motherfuckers come through the drive-thru, and I forget exactly what happened, but basically they started yelling about shit, and then Cesar was like, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to move the fuck on. And basically, they just started yelling, and Cesar just called the cops on them, and they, like, pulled into the McDonald's drive-thru, and then we see the lights flash, and they got pulled over and probably arrested for being drunk.
That's amazing.
That's pretty funny.
Whenever I was driving, this happened 3 times. I've had my license since December, and it's August 28th. I've had my car since January 1st, so it's like I've only been had my car for 8 months. 3 times so far, and this is like the only thing that comes to my mind, where I driving on like the right side of the road where I should be driving, and someone else is like in such of a fucking hurry and like the opposing lane that they swerve into my lane like head-on collision almost, and I have to like swerve into like the right lane and activate my Franklin GTA 5 ability to fucking make sure everyone in the car survives. And it's just fucking crazy how many times I've had to do it in 8 months, because I did it twice on vacation trips or like little road trips. And then I did it once just going to IHOP, like on a bridge. And just like, what the fuck? I'm not trying to die on my way to IHOP because some dude has to get cigarettes or some shit. It's like, fucking, so the fuck, I don't care if your grandma has pneumonia and she's in the hospital. You fucking stay in your lane.
Drive the fucking speed limit.
You're a dickhead if you put everyone else at danger because you want to speed and you have somewhere to be. Fuck you. I don't care where you have to be. Nothing's that important. You're a fucking asshole.
Earlier, while Hunter and I were in Cal, when we were going down one of the alleys, there was this guy parked right in front of where we needed to go down, in front of the alleyway, and we were like, okay, this guy's blocking the whole path.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of that.
I just the other day was coming by, and part of the way to get home is you have to cross an intersection that goes through a highway. And when someone's driving on the highway, if they're turning off the highway, they have the right-of-way. Like, all the time, they have the right-of-way. So I'm stopped waiting for this guy to come through and turn around me. But he comes to, like, a full stop next to me, and I see, like, we make eye contact. He's staring at me, and he just gives me this look of, like, are you gonna go? And I'm just thinking, the fuck are you waiting for? You have the right of way. I'm supposed to wait for you. Why did you stop in the highway, dipshit? And so I just drive by, and he's looking at me like, oh, did you figure out how to work a car? And I'm thinking, I will put you in the fucking ground.
I was trying to go. I don't know. I was trying to go to Long John Silver's a couple weeks ago, and I was trying to like. Pittsburgh's known for their fucky merging situations, merging lanes. I was trying to get in this fucked up merging lane, and it wasn't even that fucked up. I was like going up, and it was fine. And this dude who was like supposed to be going in front of me just slowed down and just like didn't go in front of me. So I just like he didn't go, so I went after a couple of seconds. And it was like, whatever. And then he fucking, after we had like a chance to like pull up next to each other, he like pulls up next to me and he's like fucking shaking his fist at me and screaming shit at me. So I just like pull up ahead in front of him. And we get to another merging point. And he's like, he pulls ahead of me and he tries to like block me off and like pulls me in like the side of the lane somehow so he could like rolls down his window so he can talk to me. And I just fucking drive by him. And just like he like moved to the next lane so like, I could roll by and like talk to him, but like I just fucking drove by him like fuck you, I'm not talking to you.
Another fantastic driving story is one time It was like me, my dad, and my stepmom in the car. And my dad rolls his window down and yells out to the car next to us. He's like, "Hey, your keys are in your car." And the person reaches out and, like, feels the keyhole of their car, and they're like, because, you know, they're in the ignition. And yeah, no, my dad used to do that to people all the fucking time, just on the road. Just shout out to them, see how many people he could get to, like, reach out their door, feel for their keys.
I was gonna say, I was thinking of when we wanted to fucking do full-on combat with other road variants. And I think of two specifically, one of which admittedly I was in the wrong, because I was going through the Walmart, like the crosswalk area when you go from the parking lot into Walmart. I was going through it faster than you're probably supposed to. Like, I have full control of my car, and I know I do, but I get why other people think I don't. And for a moment, this one guy's coming by, and I'm already pissed, and my foot slips off the brake, and I immediately put it on, so my car lurches. This kid who couldn't be older than 17 just, like, stops, and, like, is already about to square up, and his girlfriend's stopping him. I was gonna beat him with any heavy object I could find. I was so pissed that day. My car bumped forward, and the kid took it as, like, fighting words. So he was squaring up, like, I could see it through the windshield. We're making eye contact. He was squaring up. I was going to get out and kick the shit out of a 17-year-old because I was just so pissed that day that he wanted me to, and I was like, I want to. And then there was the old woman who was shouting at you the one day we went to Walmart. And she was freaking out because she started backing out right, and you had to slam on the brakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, and flicking you off, and we're, as a team, we're just all in that car. We're going to put a woman in the ground. We're going to bury her and piss on that grave.
She was so fat. She was a fucking walrus.
I fucking hate Walmart people. Pretty painful.
There was, not too long ago, maybe like 2 days ago, I was at Walmart, and I was backing up, and I have a backup camera, so I can go as close to cars as I want without actually, like, hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this guy in a Mustang, and I'm backing up, and it's red, and I, like, hear a, and I, like, look out the side, and the guy's like has his hands up, like, what are you doing? And, like, I was like, dude, I'm not even close to your car. What the fuck?
I hate road rage drivers, but I also, at the same time, be getting pretty pissed at people, just because I get pissed at stupid drivers, too, so I become I'm not like a road rage driver, but, like, I'd be fucking doing petty shit, like putting on my high beams and blinding people.
Oh, I'm definitely a petty driver. If someone's riding my ass and they flash their lights at me, I will go like 15 under the speed limit.
Fuck them.
God, I had a fucking guy who was fucking driving, like, he was right behind me, and he's high beaming on my ass, and my entire inside of my car is lit. Like, I can see perfectly in it, and it's just pissing me off, and finally I get onto this stretch. And the speed limit's like 15, and the guy gets into the lane next to me, just hits 60 immediately, and just flies into the distance. I'm just thinking, like, calm the fuck down, man.
People like that should be fucking shot.
I remember me and Hunter at the mall, and I'm gonna let Hunter tell his story. Like,
did I have my license at the time, or was it just my permit?
No, you didn't have your license.
It was just my permit. So Tim came and picked me up from the mall because we were going to be hanging out. And he's let me drive his car because he's so nice. And I ended up, because I know he doesn't really, we live an hour away from each other, so I know the area I live in more than he knows it. Yeah. So he lets me drive, plus I need experience, so it works out. So I ended up pulling out from the mall that I work at, and I'm going up this fucked up hill that I have to go up. And some dude tries to, like, he tries to, like, make the same turn as me, and he's trying to, like...
flashes on his lights.
Well, he's trying to, like, floor it up the hill beside me and just go around me in, like, a one lane. So I was like, no, fuck this dude. So I just floored it just as hard and just, like, shot in front of him. and just like made him fucking be my bitch the whole way home.
Yeah,
He
we
said
were
to follow
going
me.
like fucking like 10.
We were going like 7 miles per hour, and then I
Yeah.
fucking stomped to like 37 to beat this asshole. And it's like, looking back, it's like, does that make me the asshole driver that I hate so much?
No.
Probably, but you
No,
know, he deserves it.
For the
Sorry.
sake of something to keep this on track, small topic. Did you hear about the new Suicide Squad video game?
Yes.
Not the soft reboot movie, but the actual video game.
Yeah, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah. So basically, it's just there's 4 characters, and I really hope it's like a 4-player local or at least online. Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and King Shark, who King Shark is voiced by Samoa Joe.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh? And
That's
it's really cool. There's this wonderful scene where they're like, "Oh, what is that?" Because one of the planes that's shooting stuff explodes, and it's Superman floating in view, and King Shark's just like, "Oh man, it's Superman!" Like he's a little fanboy for him, and I fucking love it.
It's pretty funny.
I really hope King Samoa Joe voices King Shark in the movie too, because they don't have anyone credited for that yet. I'm so excited for that fucking movie. Kind of treat it as an outro the last 60 seconds.
And you just kind of sit here and dribble on each other's peckers, let our saliva build up on each other's belly buttons, kind of let our fingers play in each other's spit, kind of taste it.
Yeah,
You know what moments I hate in life is when you're like super hungry, but you don't want to fucking cook anything, so you have to settle for like
you know those moments I
something
hate
really
in
quick,
life?
and then you don't have anything really quick, so it's like,
Or it's something really quick, but then your body's
Yeah.
like, this isn't food.
This isn't worth it.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I've been having a lot of those recently.
It's called depression.
It is.
You know
We
what
need a-
moments I hate in life? Ass to mouth.
I was gonna say, you know what?
I
moments
don't. It's pretty
hate?
cool.
When you're out of pizza rolls, so you
You
fuck your dad.
When you're at a pizza roll, say fuck
Fuck your dad. You both have a little mini chorus.